The hammer of Null fell to earth after the serpent called a series of hammers to awaken the worthy. It crashed in Brazil, drawing the attention of Hulk and Red She-Hulk. The Hulk was drawn to the hammer and was transformed into Null, Breaker of Worlds. He warned Red She-Hulk to run, before losing control and going on a rampage in a local town nearby. Null then fought and overpowered Miss Marvel, Spider-Woman, and the Protector. He was about to crush Spider-Woman when Hawkeye interfered and distracted him. The possessed Hulk was invulnerable and nothing could stop him. Null then, along with Angerer, the Breaker of Souls, fought Thor, who managed to quickly put Angerer down before engaging the powerful Hulk, who physically overpowered Thor and put him on the ropes, until Thor gathered what is left of power in him and blasted Null into the orbit before collapsing and passing out. This, however, did not stop Null, who eventually landed in Romania, where he rampaged Dracula and his legions of vampires. Dracula eventually released the powerful vampires known as the Forgiven to fight the Hulk. The possessed Hulk, however, proved to be too much for the Forgiven and took them down one after the other, before fighting Dracula himself. Dracula knew that it was hopeless to engage the Hulk directly, and tried to contain him by using some adamantium netting with gravity generators that would make the Hulk 100 times heavier than he would be on Jupiter. Hulk, however, ripped the adamantium netting, destroyed Dracula's castle, and was about to smash him when the Forgiven vampire member known as Inca used a spell to take the form of Betty Ross. She tried to talk some sense into the Hulk, saying that she loves him and she knows that he loves her. She said that this world is overwhelmed by fear, but there is no point in fear. If they can't be together, then her world will end. Her words deeply affected the Hulk, who finally managed to break free from the serpent's position and destroyed the hammer. Hulk reverted back to Banner, who realized that Inca was not the real Betty, and that it was a deception to stop the Hulk. Dracula was about to kill Banner when he hulked out again. Hulk said that he should kill Dracula and his vampires, but they just saved millions of lives by making Hulk break free from the position. Hulk then leapt away to handle more important issues. That was just a reminder to pave the way for our story for today, which took place in the Defenders Volume 4 Number 1, which was published in 2012. The story opens in Bucharest, Romania, where some bizarre and strange things mark the path of Null, Breaker of Worlds, who was released from his hammer after the Hulk destroyed it. Null is depicted as a massive black beast with a tail who rampages everything in his way. In New York City, Doctor Strange is feeling slightly lovelorn after a one-night stand. He looks for clues in the metaphorical tea bags, but only finds the word rage. In the following evening, Hulk pushes past into the Sanctum Sanctorum, asking for the magician's help. He needs Strange to gather the defenders to stop Null. They summoned Namor and the Silver Surfer. Hulk said that he can't join them, as he can't be caught or seen anywhere near Null, because he could become one with it again. He, however, suggested contacting the Red She-Hulk if they wanted some extra muscle. Meanwhile, Betty, whom they discover bored and frustrated in Spain, spending time chasing the bulls and drinking at bars, decided to join the Defenders on their mission to stop Null. The last member who joined them was Iron Fist, and together they headed towards Wundagar Mountain, a place of weird science and astonishing tales. As the Defenders followed Null's path of destruction, Iron Fist's plane was taken down by a missile. They all managed to land unharmed, until Iron Fist was shot by Prester John, who wields the evil eye. They found themselves surrounded by animal-headed soldiers known as the New Men. Iron Fist then uses his chi to force the bullet out and close the wound. He then joins the defenders in battling Prester John and his beast-headed men. Though outnumbered, the defenders were able to take down the new men, until John turned the evil eye on the Silver Surfer, capturing him in a bubble of energy. Under the threat of having that same power turned on the defenders, they surrendered and were taken to New Avalon, a secret city below the mountain. Elsewhere, Null is on his way to Wundagar as well, destroying everything in his path. Locked in a large cage, the defenders try to understand the situation. Doctor Strange explains that Prester John is not from their timeline. He is best known as the leader of the 12th century colony known as the Avalon. Red She-Hulk, who is left unrestrained in the cage, is able to free them by reverting to her human size and passing through the bars after Doctor Strange whispered something in her ear. Though Surfer is still imprisoned in his bubble, the rest of the defenders quickly bring the battle to the new men. Prester John ordered his general to kill the defenders, and then approached Surfer with the evil eye. He asked for understanding, claiming that the world is doomed. The defenders reached him before he could take the Surfer's life, but with the evil eye held to the Surfer's head, they had no choice but to halt. Doctor Strange and Namor try to reason with Prester John, saying that Null is coming and will destroy them all, but John already knows that. He tells them that Null is being drawn to the Concordance engine, and that when he breaks it, he will break the world, and will tear open a hole in space and time, through which John and his men will escape in their arc to a better universe. The Concordance engine, a shining arrangement of pipes that seems to make everything around it less real, is located deep beneath the magical mountain and guarded by a silent, masked knight whom John calls brother. As the defenders stand before it, Null arrives and begins to fight his way into New Avalon. John then released the Surfer. He told the defenders that they must choose between going with him to the new universe or remaining behind to witness the end of the old one. The defenders then confronted the powerful Null, and Red She-Hulk was the first to engage him. She discovered the hard way that he burns everything he touches, including her unbreakable skin, and for the first time since her transformation, she feels pain and screams. The beast bites her and makes her bleed, where her blood is proven to be corrosive. The defenders then join forces to try to take down the beast, but he simply tanks all their attacks unharmed. Meanwhile, the arc of Prester John burst out of the mountain, bringing tons of rock down on the defenders and Null. Null then smashed his way out of the rocks, scattering the defenders, and was about to destroy the engine. The Silent Guardian, however, turned over his hands to reveal a gleaming white omega on each palm. Null's fists released a shining wave of energy from the engine, which overwhelmed the defenders, who found themselves in other outfits from different versions of themselves. The Guardian then put his hand on Null's shoulder and simply erased him from sight and from the very existence. Meanwhile, the Surfer followed John's arc and sent it away from Earth, infused it with the power cosmic, and set it on an unchangeable course into space, where they will continue traveling for centuries, carrying John and his new men with it. So that was the story of Null the Breaker of Worlds. The book, in my opinion, is interesting, but could have become even better by showing more of Null's menace and power fighting the defenders. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.